Welcome back. We went to the Golden Triangle of India and stopped in Jaipur. We got to see the Wall of Mirrors. We got to see this huge palace with ancient walls and even the walk down, step down wells where the king could watch the women going to gather their water. You could just see how massive this was. The king would sit above and have a view of the entire area, whether that was the massive gardens or the market square. It was absolutely just gleaming with care, from the inlay work you see here to just light bouncing off of the marble. The king had a miniature version of the garden crafted and laid into the queen's doorway, so every time she stepped out, she could be reminded of how loved she was, which was adorable. We really enjoyed seeing all these little tiny windows, and this was where the women could look out and see what was happening without having to expose themselves, something that in Indian culture would be disrespectful to the women. We got to see these mirrors that were imported from Brussels. They're these little tiny inlay mirrors, and what they would do is reflect the heat from the candles to keep the winter palace warm. Then they would blow water, well, push water through to have the palace kept cool in the summer. What you see here is us discovering the long, long, long ramps that they would wheel the queen on because her jewelry was so heavy. And these ramps were inside tunnels that led all the way down to the military garrison in case of any kind of attack, to keep everybody safe, and also to just make sure the queen had access to all the parts of the castle. Which, when you see how long this was, I mean, it was just epic, the amount of design that went into it, and dark and scary all at once. Then we went to the Jaipur Observatory, and oh my gosh, you guys, this was amazing. The king had built massive instruments, ramps, and sundials to track constellations with just this incredible precision, down to a few seconds. And each one represented a birth month, and you could stand on the ramp that matched your stars. And he also had these little tiny prototypes built of all of his designs to make sure they would work before he built the big one. So you can see here how each section of marble counted for a certain amount of time. And then this one, the shade on the little patch of fabric, you could move and you could see where the shadow was, and that would tell you the day and month of the year. So pretty ingenious. Also, just again, the size. I mean, you see it here a little bit to scale, just how very large this design was. So, really fun. Also, a sign of how much he just loved his people. He would allow this to remain open for them.
What are we doing, love? That's inspiring. What are we trying to see? We're trying to see
We
tigers.
went to Ranthambore Tiger Preserve, which was like walking into Jungle Book. We didn't see any tigers, but we did see crocodiles, monitor lizards, and beautiful deer moving through the forest. We really noticed just this strange just peace in the jungle and awareness that danger is always there, but life continues. Lily said, "Even without tigers, I'm glad we came. We saw something we've never seen before. We just had an absolutely glorious day. Really enjoyed it." The monkeys, of course, another showstopper. Really enjoyed that they were just everywhere on these ancient kind of ruins of the Indian forts. Of course, every time I turn around, Lily has found something else new and interesting, in this case, musicians. We, of course, had to teach them Katy Perry firework. And then we were off again to the Taj Mahal. The king built it for the queen, promising to bring heaven to earth for her. She never lived to see it finished, but walking through that white marble and seeing the inlay of abalone, lapis lazuli, malachite, tiger's eye, it did. It felt like love just carved into the stone. We got to see local artisans, descendants of the original craftsmen, still creating these same delicate inlays by hand. Their dedication was absolutely astounding. It reminded us that being human isn't just about what we build, it's about what we honor. And I think from all this, we were just astounded by the patience and the vibrancy of India. So until next time, keep adventuring.